What kind of wood are the strikers made out of?
Most oftentimes you'll find them made of poplar, because poplar is a very stable material. Its strength to cost to weight to workability ratios all make it perfect for being striker pneumatics. So the striker pneumatic is only supported usually by the back half of one of the plates. And so since these pieces are asked to, you know, pick up the hammers really fast and be throwing things around really quickly, poplar's got very strong fibers, not only going with the grain, but also through the grain. So it's almost a pseudo-natural plywood, depending on what kind you use, obviously. Natural tulip poplar, which is the kind that we get here in America, is the right kind to have those cross fibers. And it's that cross fibering is also what makes it really stable in several humidity conditions, because the expansion and contraction is much more linear versus like a pine, where you have a lot of hard spots, soft spots, and it's allowed to curl to whatever, you know, those are being influenced by. Because these striker pneumatic plates are so thin and they're so, you know, wide, and they're being acted on by all these forces. That's why poplar is the superior option.
Okay. Is it okay that I used maple for the ones I've done?
Maple is okay. Yeah, that's the other option that not a lot, it's definitely to a lesser degree, but builders will use maple a lot for that as well. Prioritizing maple's closed grain nature, that makes it just naturally more airtight. When it comes to, that brings up another good point. When it comes to the poplar, it naturally is quite sealed, but oftentimes you will just seal the outside with shellac to make sure that air can't permeate through the wood.
Okay,
so maple is a good choice just because it is so closed grain as well. And it is fairly stable once it's seasoned properly.
So this is a perfect segue for another question I had. I wasn't sure if I needed to come back, because I've been running through the big disc sander, you know, just sure. Quickly cleaning up all my edges, but do I need to hand sand with a certain grit all the edges, or should it be? No,
a lot of the times you'll actually see most of the manufacturers, in an effort to just save time, save money, you'll see the giant saw marks from the resawing saws on the outsides of the pneumatics. So the outer surfaces and the inside surfaces, their degree of finish does not matter. As long as the edges are nice and flat, you can stop at 80 grit sandpaper around the edges. That's just fine, because the glue will fill all the voids that it finds.
Okay.
So that's okay. As long as there's not giant chunks missing out of your edges, it's okay.